All right, here we go. Welcome into the show. You're watching Philadelphia Eagles Now, live here on Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Hope everybody out there is having a fantastic Thursday, and no matter where you are or how you're tuned in, we appreciate you, the Bird Gang, for making today's show a part of your day. Eagles training camp is officially underway. First practice was yesterday. Walkthrough today. That's kind of the schedule for Philadelphia this summer. Last 2 years in this Nick Sirianni regime, they have not been a unit that's been injured all that much. Knock on wood. A big reason for that, new training staff, continuity with that training staff, but the workload for Philadelphia throughout these training camp sessions a little bit less than what it was with Doug Peterson, Andy Reid, Chip Kelly. So a walkthrough today to allow them to recover from yesterday's practice session. I don't know about you, but I'm pumped up to talk about some Philadelphia Eagles football. And if you're with me, we already have 62 people watching live. Hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. It's this part of the summer. It's this part of the calendar year. You can smell the freshly cut grass. Players are starting to take the field at the NovaCare Complex. Preseason football just over 2 weeks away. Regular season right after that. This is an incredible time, and I'm so blessed to be able to put this headset on, hop on this mic, and talk about this great organization with some great fans. So if you're pumped up like I am, can't you sense it? Hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. We have 25 likes right now. Let's continue to get that number on the uptick. As for what we're getting into on the program today, did Howie Roseman hint that the Birds could make a move via the trade market or free agency market? I put together some Eagles hot takes. I'm also going to allow you to get your hot takes here on the show. Some rookies for Philadelphia shocking this organization and the teammates on this Eagles roster so far. And we'll do a Q&A mailbag where I'll be answering your questions. And it's going to be a party. You already know the beers are on deck as well. Let's just preview what's to come here on the show, allow people to get that notification, then pile in, and then, of course, we'll start the official show. Howie Roseman with this direct quote, "We're never going to close the door on an opportunity to improve our team." Could that mean that the Eagles could make a trade? He was talking about the linebacking position, which for me is one of the biggest concerns for this roster going into 2023. So with that, let's get the comment section going here. What is your biggest concern with the Eagles? Let's hear from you right now. We have Cool Rains, Vinny, Kane, Finesse, Tino, Millie, Sean Town, Dennis Designs, Brandon Ford, all in the chat right now. Brandon Ford with the FDAC energy. Dennis Designs saying linebacker. We're going to talk about that position group in further detail here. Tino saying linebacker. Cool Rains saying linebacker. I think you could throw in safety, right? Just because of the uncertainty there with Terrell Edmunds and Reed Blankenship. Kane Angel agrees. It's linebacker. Dr. Finkel's linebacker. Caleb, linebacker and safety. That's where I am. Finesse to Don. Biggest concern, all players staying healthy. That's why they have a walkthrough today after their practice session yesterday. Merzo switched it up. So too did Dennis. They both said safety here. And then Millie 315, special teams, my biggest concern. Millie, I like that. That cost them in the Super Bowl. Aaron Sitbos, Kadarius Toney return. They were not good with their special teams unit. As for Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, according to a report, I talked about this earlier today, they are quote-unquote shocking the Eagles so far with what they've done throughout rookie minicamp, OTAs, and on day one of training camp. A recap of what the number 30 pick did yesterday for Nolan Smith. On one of his first reps, he put backup tight end Brady Russell on the ground, would have had a sack. Moments later, another pressure. Marcus Mariota threw a pick to Christian Ellis. And then after that, it got even better. Had a third pressure, causing Marcus Mariota to fumble. So that's 2 forced turnovers there because of the direct implication of Nolan Smith getting a pressure on the quarterback. That speed and the bend around that edge has been said to be fascinating, according to his teammates. And then Jalen Carter, he was playing backup defensive tackle. He got off the ball really quickly. He used a swim move to get past Landon Dickerson for a quarterback pressure. Jason Kelsey didn't directly have to block Jalen Carter, but he did say he felt him make a very disruptive move. So with that, we're going to tee up another question here. I want to hear from everybody as we just surpassed 100 people watching live in the early going. Who has the bigger year between these two rookies? JC for Jalen Carter and S for Nolan Smith. Lion Fighter coming in with our first Super Chat donation. Real one, roll call. Let's pop the seal on these Super Chats. Go Birds! Yes, sir. Go Birds, and we will show you our Super Chat menu. Come on, get the comment section going here. Cool Rains, Jalen Carter. Dennis Designs is a real one. Ernesto and Brandon, they said Nolan Smith. Kane Angel said Lion Fighter, let's go. Tino saying Smith. Vaughn saying Smith. Caleb going Nolan Smith. Joe, Nolan Smith. Mirzo, Dennis. They're switching it up a little bit. LaShawn Cooper saying both. I like the optionality there. Nick Stone, Jalen Carter, Ryan Rowe, Nolan Smith, Finesse to Don also saying both, and LaShawn Cooper, a real one all day, every day. With that, let's take a look at our Super Chat menu. It is a Thirsty Thursday here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. 100 people watching live, only 42 likes. Are you kidding me? Bird Gang, where you at? Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. Lion Fighter with the $5 Super Chat. Cheers to everybody out there. If you send in a $10 Super Chat, yes, we're bringing back the football head. Your name will go on this, as well as everybody else who's been able to sign it. You send us a $20 Super Chat. I will do 20 push-ups, 50 for a shotgun, freedom funnel, or beer bong. And if you send in a $100 Super Chat, I will do actually, Trace, a beer boot. That is 3 beers in a glass boot. I will do that for a $100 Super Chat. I told you, our football analysis is going to be absolutely fantastic, but at the same time, we like to have fun because it's Philadelphia. Sometimes you got to get a little bit rowdy. You got to get a little bit saucy because that's how we roll in the city of brotherly love. Shout out to Chris V, Tino, Tay Walker, Rachel Richardson, Sterling Benthal, Cardi, Kyle Goodnow, Dr. Finkles, LaShawn Cooper, Rob High, some of our most recent commenters here. We've eclipsed 100 people watching live. Continue to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. The more likes that we get, the more people who come in here, the better that the show will be. Tino said, do a shoey. I'll do a shoey. Trace will do a shoey for $100. Trace will do a shoey for a $100 Super Chat. $100 Super Chat, Trace will do his shoey. So, make sure you hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. We are officially about to start the program here. We're going to start off with Howie Roseman hitting at a potential move being made for this Philadelphia Eagles roster. We have the Eagles head here. We have the Liberty Bell. We got the Eagles football. I'm down to talk some ball here. I hope everybody's excited to be here with me as well because we have an absolutely loaded show on the docket here. And we appreciate everybody for being here. Tino said, Nelk Boys Happy Dad. Yes, not a sponsor, but they do taste pretty good. Broza Smacks. Oh, no. Brazzy Smacks. We got it. That's the proper pronunciation. Trace wasn't here last week, so now I'm telling him Trace is awesome. He will lick gum off my shoes. Let's go, Birds! I absolutely love it right there.
If it's a $500 Super Chat, we can talk.
Also coming up here on the show, I put together some Eagles hot takes, but I want your Eagles hot takes in the comment section as well. We're going to start to plug this throughout the afternoon or the early evening, depending on where you're watching from. Use hashtag Eagles if you have an Eagles hot take that you want on the show. And if you want to make it pop, you want to make it fiery, throw in a flame emoji in there as well. You want to get on the show, hashtag Eagles or Super Chat. Last week, we got more than $300 in donations. Can we top that number here today now that we have some actual football to talk about? And one more time, before we start, 100 people watching live, 60 likes right now. How many likes can we pick up before we start the program here? Can we get to 80 likes before we officially start the show? E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles. Is Gainwell in the chat? You never know. Kenny Gainwell, he might be watching the show here. Smash that thumbs up icon. The official show is about to start right now. And we start off with some Eagles trade buzz. Is a big move coming down the line for the Philadelphia Eagles with training camp officially underway? We're talking about that here on the show. This is Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Appreciate all of you for being here with us. Howie Roseman the other day making an interesting statement when asked about the Eagles roster moves. Quote, "We're never going to close the door on an opportunity to improve our football team." We're going to dive further into that. First, though, make sure you subscribe to the show. We are 40 people away from 47,000 subscribers, and if you're looking for year-round Eagles content, let this be your home. Today's show is sponsored by Kanzuri. You can get 15% off at kanzuri.com/chat. Now, a lot of you watching right now might say, Chase, I like my shoes. Why should I get Kanzuri, though? Well, have you ever wished that you were a little bit taller, or you're just looking for stylish shoes? As you can see on your screen right here, Kanzuri has you covered. Maybe you even matched on Tinder, but her profile says must be over 6 feet tall. Maybe your date wants to wear heels, but she can't because it'll make her taller than you. Well, we have the Short Kings covered with today's sponsor, Kanzuri. They make shoes that make you up to 2.8 inches taller without anyone knowing. Look, girls get heels, makeup, push-up bras. Why can't men get a confidence boost as well? Kanzuri shoes, not only height boosting, but also stylish and comfortable. They're not grandpa's Velcro shoes, but instead fashionable shoes that can receive compliments even without the height increase. We have a great deal for our viewers and listeners. For limited time only, you can get 15% off your order at kanzuri.com/chat. The site is already 30% off, and with our link, you get an extra 15% off. That's 45% off your entire order at kanzuri.com/chat. So let's go back to that quote from Howie Roseman here that we started off the show with. We're never going to close the door on an opportunity to improve our football team. That's what Howie Roseman had to say when asked about the linebacking unit and some moves that they could make down the road to improve and bolster the roster a little bit. Now, we know that Howie Roseman is an uber-aggressive general manager who goes to sleep thinking about ways to improve his football team. He wakes up trying to comb through ways in which he can bulk up this roster. Here's that full quote from the best general manager in football here. "We've got a lot of young players at that position. We're excited to see those guys, evaluate them on a daily basis. And again, like anything, we'll keep our options open. We're never going to close the door on an opportunity to improve our team, so we'll consistently be looking at that position and every position when it comes down to it at the end of the day." And I love the aggressiveness for Howie. I love the passion that he has for always thinking of ways to address weaknesses or flaws on this unit. Roseman is known for being aggressive for us as Eagles fans, but also for all other teams in the NFL, as well as his willingness to stack up talent on the squad. And you look at how he uses his money and the financial resources. You first look at the offensive spending. All offense, the Eagles, they might have some premier players on that side of the ball. They still rank 25th among all teams. That's smart allocation of financial resources with a total amount of money on the offensive side of the football totaling $99 million. Jalen Hurts and this quarterback room, they rank 24th. They're spending this year in 2023 under $10 million at the most important position in football, taking advantage of Jalen Hurts being on that rookie contract. Offensive line, that's an area where they do invest because you have to open up lanes for running backs and protect the quarterback. They rank 10th. Running back, though, it's an expendable, replaceable position. Howie Roseman sees it as such. 23rd in the NFL. A.J. Brown, DeVonta Smith, one of the best wide receiving duos in the NFL, 22nd in team spending at that position, and then at tight end, 17th. Then you look at defensive spending for Philadelphia here. The entire defense, 26th. Defensive line, a lot of resources invested there. Still 17th, middle of the pack. Linebacker, 31st for the purpose of this conversation. Cornerback, 8th. And then safety, 32nd. We know that Howie hasn't put a lot of money toward linebacker in his years as general manager, as well as safety here. But This gives you hope that the Eagles moving forward with Roseman at the helm, he's become better at evaluating talent. They're going to be in a really good spot, even with Jalen Hurts signing that contract extension. To linebackers specifically, never really been a position that the Eagles have invested heavily in. But I'll tell you this, if Nakobe Dean, Nicholas Morrow, they start to struggle a little bit, I think that Howie will make a move. Linebackers in the mix as of right now on the roster to make the 53. Nakobe Dean, year 2. Nicholas Morrow, year 6. Christian Ellis, he's been popping so far throughout OTAs and the first day of training camp. He added another interception going into year 3. Sean Bradley, shout out Temple U, 4th year. And then Davion Taylor, it's been a bust up to this point going into year 3. The linebackers who left this squad in free agency that makes this a position of weakness. TJ Edwards, he went to the Chicago Bears. Kaiser White, he followed Jonathan Gannon to the Arizona Cardinals. We talk about the Eagles making trades. They could go cheap, and there are some decent names on the free agency market, guys with a lot of experience. Zach Cunningham, he's totaled more than 100 tackles so far in individual seasons throughout his NFL career. Quan Alexander, very well accomplished with San Francisco, New Orleans Saints, last played with the New York Jets. And then Deion Jones, mostly known for his time with the Atlanta Falcons. Those are free agent targets that maybe Howie Roseman has in mind, or there are 2 appealing trade targets that Howie Roseman could think about. And of course, popular names here on the show of Patrick Queen and Devin White. It really depends on how much and how heavily Howie wants to invest in that position. Both players, Queen, Devin White, a couple of months ago, they weren't happy with their situations. They still might not be happy with their current situations, but they did both report to training camp. And I do want to look at their numbers side by side because you think of Devin White as being one of the best linebackers in the NFL. Blitzing, he is. In coverage, he's awful. Here's how Queen and White compare. Both players have been extremely durable throughout their careers. Patrick Queen has never missed a game. He didn't last year. Neither did Devin White. 17 games apiece. They both eclipsed 100 tackles apiece. 6 pass breakups for Queen, 5 for White, 5 sacks for Queen, although he's a much better coverage linebacker, 5.5 for White. You can use him blitzing the quarterback in this league. I think that he'd be able to have a lot of success there. 5.5 sacks last year. Here's where it gets hairy, though. The Eagles need a good coverage linebacker. I think Nakobe Dean might be able to become that. Devin White was awful in coverage last year. Overall Pro Football Focus grade of 45.5, whereas Queen was much better dropping back against the pass with a 70 grade. My overarching view on this, what I think the play is here for Philadelphia, you wait and see. You see if Nakobe Dean and Nicholas Morrow can play. You see if Christian Ellis can be anything more than a UDFA training camp standout if the play actually translates to the actual field in between the lines. Howie doesn't want to put too much financial resources in that linebacking position unless he has to. So what do you think? Let's get the comment section going here, Bird Gang. What should the Eagles do at that linebacking spot? A for add or C for you think they're content? Now, Philadelphia, we have to include this in the conversation. As a team, as an organization, they do like Nakobe Dean as a player. I like Nakobe Dean as a player, and that's why I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't make a move right now because I do think Dean can be a solid player in this league. Roseman shares those same thoughts, and Dean was a player who was so good at Georgia en route to that national championship, and as he slipped to Philadelphia, the pick became too good to pass up on, right? And that's why Howie Roseman, I thought, got great value there. Him on Dean saying this, I think what we learned from Nakobe was the same thing that we saw in college, the same reason that made him such a highly recruited guy coming out of high school. The guy has tremendous passion, tremendous love for the game, tremendous work ethic. He was around the ball in every opportunity he had. The only problem with Dean going into this year, Eagles are Super Bowl contenders, yet he's very inexperienced. You have a new defensive play caller and coordinator in Sean Desai, who's going to be relaying the calls to Nakobe Dean. He's going to be wearing that green helmet, and he barely played last year. Now, his numbers at Georgia in 2021 were really good. 72 tackles, 10.5 tackles for loss. He was really good in coverage. He was good on some blitzes, as evidenced by the 6 blitzes there. Some of those coming on some delayed blitzes where he was the disguise man in coverage. I thought he was really rangy. The early diagnosing skills certainly made up for what he lacks in size and speed. 2 picks, though, and 6 pass breakups. Again, the issue is the lack of experience because he played in 3% of the overall defensive snaps last year. He got some action against the Dallas Cowboys, but that was about it. As for Morrow, the Pro Football Focus grade wasn't good. He did miss all of 2021 because of injury after a stint with the Las Vegas Raiders. And while the PFF grade might not be good, he is a tackling machine. 116 tackles last year for a bad Bears defense, 2 pass breakups, 1 interception. His mom, by the way, is sometimes in the comments section. So shout out to Morrow's mom for watching the show. We certainly appreciate that. Why these linebackers can be successful is because the Eagles' defensive line is really good. They're going to be able to generate pressure. They're going to be able to take up a lot of real estate up front, leaving some open opportunities where the linebackers don't have to fight through blocks to make some of those tackles. So once again, to round this out, I don't think the Eagles are going to make a move right now, but Howie Roseman, when he says this is obviously a position that he is going to continue to survey throughout training camp in the preseason. We've got a lot of young players at that position. We're excited to see those guys, evaluate them on a daily basis. And again, like anything, we'll keep our options open. We're never going to close the door on an opportunity to improve our football team. So we'll constantly be looking at that position and every single position. So let's round out today's segment with this. Your biggest concern with the Birds is what? I'm going linebacker, safety, right guard. You let me know down in the comment section right now. All right, awesome first segment so far. 160 people watching live. So glad that everybody is here. But stay with us because we have more segments and more content to get to. It's absolutely awesome to see an uptick in audience here. Mirzo Gaming, Franklin, Dennis Designs, Jimbo Slice, Bird Gang Tommy V, and Kane Angel all in the chat right now. Coming up in just a moment, Eagles hot takes for this upcoming season. I want everybody out there to share your hot takes. So if you have a hot take on the Philadelphia Eagles, now is your opportunity to get those hot takes featured on the show. I'm going to go through mine, and then I'm going to go through yours. How do you get on? Hashtag Eagles or Super Chat to literally ask me anything and to share your hot takes. Our Super Chat menu for today. LFX did send in a $5 Super Chat. If you want to send in a donation because you like the program, you like our content, you want to have some fun, see us drink some beers and party, $5 beer cheers. $10, your name goes on the football head here. $20, I'll do 20 push-ups. $50 for a shotgun or a beer bong. And if you send in a $100 Super Chat, Trace will do a shoey, meaning he'll drink a beer out of his shoe, and I will do a beer boot. That's 3 beers in 1 boot, and we'll take it all down. That right there, our Super Chat menu. Your donations go a long way in supporting everything that we do. That's 4 beers for $100 right there. At some bars in the Northeast, you can't even get 4 beers for $100. Love the show, fellas. Keep it going from Brian. Thank you, brother. Certainly appreciate that. Dennis Design saying, like the video, everyone. He's like our mod today. Make sure you hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. $5 in Super Chat so far. Again, if you want to send us in a tip, it's the rectangular box with the $ through it. And, of course, we'll have some fun as well. If you're pumped up to talk some birds, continue to like the video. Can we get to 100 likes? We are 20 away with 144 people rocking with us. And, again, if you want your Eagles hot takes on the air, hashtag Eagles or Super Chat. What'd you say? We have 2 hot takes. 2 hot takes so far. Should be good. Those will continue to come in. I'm going to go through mine. 2 hot takes that are coming in so far. If you want to get your hot takes on the show, again, use the hashtag Eagles. Jimbo Slice, Chase, what are your thoughts on Nakobe Dean? Use the hashtag Eagles. That way, we'll be able to go through it. All right. Another reminder, Super Chat menu here. I'm just going to take another sip because it's Thirsty Thursday here. And I'm going to go through some of my hot takes here on the show. Again, get those in, hashtag Eagles, because segment number 2 is coming your way right now. With the Philadelphia Eagles season about to start, I have so many thoughts for this football team, so I put together some bold hot takes going into 2023. I'm going to share those, but we're also going to relay some hot takes from our subscribers. And today's show wouldn't be made possible if it wasn't for Manscaped. You can get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/chat. Use the promo code chat for that deal to apply. We'll expand on Manscaped coming up here in just a little while. So hot take number one. Let's start with Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to air it out. Brian Johnson's going to call more pass plays, and they're going to run Jalen Hurts just a little bit less. But also with Jalen Hurts, I think that he's going to take that next step as a passer. He's going to throw for more than 4,000 yards, and he's going to throw for more than 30 touchdowns. And this year could be better than his campaign last year when he was runner-up to Patrick Mahomes for the NFL MVP. You look at his numbers here. He did throw for 3,700 yards and 22 touchdowns. So I think he throws for more than 4,000, and then he increases his touchdowns through the air to 30. That would be 8 more touchdowns through the air for Jalen Hurts, and the completion percentage, it stays around that same number. I'm not saying that he's not going to be successful running the football because I still think he's capable for accounting for 40 to 50 touchdowns, especially with the workload on the ground and the QB sneak play that the Eagles like to run. I'm just saying that as he enters year 4, this year will be the best year for Jalen Hurts in chucking the rock. Hot take number 2. The top dogs in the NFC are going to be the same top dogs that we saw last year in the NFC Championship game when the Philadelphia Eagles throttled San Francisco. Yes, I was wrong on my prediction. Some of you will never get over that, and that's fine. But the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the NFC, and I think they're going to remain that and get back to the Super Bowl. But I think these are the 2 top teams in the NFC. Then there's a big gap to that third team. Because who is it? Dallas Cowboys, no chance. They never come up big in a big spot. Detroit Lions, the Minnesota Vikings won 11 games by 1 score or less last year. There's no way that translates because it's simply not sustainable. Is it going to be a surprise team? I think it's Philadelphia, San Francisco, then everybody else rematch in the NFC Championship game come the end of January. And these 2 teams are evenly matched, right? The Eagles' position ranks according to Sharp Football Analysis. Quarterback, 4. Offensive line, 1st. Running backs, 15th. Wide receivers, 1st. Front 7, 3rd. Secondary, 7th. Head coach, 4th. The 2022 team health for Philadelphia, 3rd. This year, no back-to-back practice days. They go practice, walkthrough, so that hopefully they can stay healthy once again. So that's the Eagles' positional rankings. As for San Francisco, Philadelphia does have the edge in several categories here, like in quarterbacks and offensive line. But the Niners, led by Christian McCaffrey, rank 1st for running backs, 3rd for wide receivers, so it's very close there. Their front 7, a tick better than Philadelphia, although I think that the Eagles are deeper along that defensive line. But when you have Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, you get the edge with those linebackers. Secondary 12th, so once again close. And you know what's funny? Head coach 4th. Kyle Shanahan, Nick Sirianni, both tied here per Sharp Football Analysis. Their 2022 team health, 24th. If both teams stay healthy, we have a rematch in the NFC Championship game. That's another hot take for you. So who's better? PHI for the Eagles, SF for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going Philly here because they were dominant in that matchup last year. To DeVonta Smith, I think he leads the Eagles in receiving yards this year. So it's going to be DeVonta Smith, not A.J. Brown, who has the most receiving yards for Philadelphia here in 2023, although both of them are certainly capable of surpassing 1,000 yards. Smitty's first 2 years, he has been awesome. Howie Roseman has been able to make up for drafting Jalen Reagor by taking DeVonta Smith and trading for A.J. Brown. He deserves credit for that as a rookie. He comes in after winning the Heisman, 104 targets, 64 catches, 916 yards, 5 touchdowns, average yards per catch, 14.3. We knew that the workload was going to increase in year 2. It did, and so did the production. 136 targets, 95 catches, a single season record for Smitty, 1,100 yards, almost 1,200, 7 touchdowns. What's special, tongue twister, about DeVonta Smith, what's special about Smitty, say that 10 times fast, really crisp route runner, great footwork, very reliable hands. He's slippery in the open field. He has versatility to play outside or inside. The sideline catches are really impressive and elite. He oftentimes plays bigger than his size. I think he has great body control, which is a really impressive attribute. He plays much bigger than that frame of 6 foot as he's a little bit slight and skinny. That's why they call him Skinny Batman. He excels with contested catches, which is a rare skill. Love the ball skills there. And I also am a huge fan of his personality, his demeanor, and his work ethic. Now, I'm going through my hot takes for Philadelphia here. What is your hottest take for the Eagles? Get spicy down in the comments section right now. Now let's go to tight end. I think that Dallas Goedert goes off. He sets a career high for receiving yards. His career high as of right now, 830 yards in 2020. I think he gets better than that this year. The Eagles realize we have to get better in the red zone. We have to use this guy more in this offense because he's a legitimate weapon. His numbers are never going to be like Travis Kelce's because he's more of an all-around tight end than Travis Kelce, and his duties are to catch the football and to block, right? But this year, he's better in the pass game. As for the rookies, I think that Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith combined for 10 sacks. Let's say it's 5 each. Let's say it's 6-4. Either way, if you get 10 sacks from your 2 rookie first-round picks with a lot of quarterback pressures and they're disruptive along that defensive line, that's a win. It goes down as a successful rookie season for both of them. Hasson Reddick, he will win Defensive Player of the Year. He had 16 sacks last year. That earned him second-team All-Pro honors, and he actually finished top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting. He did not get any first-place votes, but he was inside that top 5. Nick Bosa did win Defensive Player of the Year for San Francisco. Micah Parsons, who clearly wants to be an Eagle, wink, wink, of the Dallas Cowboys, finished second. Chris Jones, maybe a contractual situation playing out in Kansas City last year, though. Best defensive tackle in the game, in my opinion. He was third. Then you have Hasson Reddick and Myles Garrett rounding out this list. Now let's talk some running backs here. Or running back, singular, not plural, because we're talking about one dude. DeAndre Swift. He moves swiftly here in 2023 in his return to his home city of Philadelphia, where he grew up. He played high school football at St. Joe's Prep. He has a career year, and he finishes top 5 among all running backs in all-purpose yards. Last year, he led all running backs in yards per touch, but as you can see, the workload's somewhat limited. He did play 14 games. Injuries and durability have always been a concern for him. It hasn't resulted in him missing a lot of time. A combined 6 games missed, year 1, year 2, and then he missed 3 games last year. But when you get this guy the football, good things happen. And he is a very special playmaker, running it in between the tackles, out to the edge, but also catching the football as well. And what have the Eagles always done well, especially during my lifetime? Brian Westbrook, LaShawn McCoy, Miles Sanders. Any running backs they really have, what do they like to do in the pass game? They like to throw the ball to running backs on screens, on wheel routes, out of the backfield. Even Kenneth Gainwell has that ability. Swift can excel in that area. On the other side, we're going to get to your Philadelphia Eagles hot takes from all of our loyal subscribers. But first, shout out today's sponsor, Manscaped, for making our program possible today. 20% off free shipping at manscaped.com/chat. Promo code chat for that deal to apply. That link is hanging out in the comment section and in the description of this video. Want to tell you about the Performance Package 4.0. It has everything that you need this summer. Now, it's Eagles fans' hope that Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith are going to ball out as rookies this year. It's our hope on Philadelphia Eagles now that your ball hairs are trimmed up. And you can take care of that with Manscaped. The Performance Package 4.0. It gives you the Lawnmower 4.0 Blazer. It gives you the nose hair trimmer, the crop preserver, ball deodorant, the boxer briefs. It also, if you get it, comes with a free travel case. I like to travel a lot. Being able to see different parts of the world and country is certainly a hobby of mine, and being able to throw all of these things in that travel case is a win as well. You're hanging out by the pool a lot throughout the summer, right? you don't want to be that hairy dude who you get in the pool and everybody's like, chill, boss. Stay away from me, especially when you're chopping it up with a significant other. Manscaped. We'll have you looking good. We'll have you tidied up. Manscaped.com/chat. Promo code chat. Now to your Eagles hot takes here. Dr. Finkel starts us off. Philadelphia Eagles going to beat the New York Jets in the Super Bowl. I have to give a shout out here to Aaron Rodgers. Takes a big pay cut. Now the Jets might be able to sign Dalvin Cook with that allocated money there. They have a pretty good team. Garrett Wilson did limp off the practice field this week at training camp. But I think that the New York Jets, this is the best opportunity that they've had to actually be a legit football team in a really, really long time. They have a good defense, and that defense was good last year. If they got competent, and I'm just talking competent quarterback play, they could have made the playoffs. But Zach Wilson, he shit the bed. Joe Flacco was getting snaps. They didn't have any stability at that quarterback position with anybody else who came in there. And it was a problem. They had skill players. They had running backs. Brees Hall before he tore that ACL. They had a really good defense. Coaching staff wasn't horrible. They just didn't have any stability at that quarterback spot. Flipping the bird, 85 with the $20 donation. Thank you, brother. Hot take. Howie Roseman will trade Derek Barnett and a 2024 fourth-round pick for Budda Baker straight up before the preseason. I think that you have to add a lot more in that trade package to get Budda Baker. By the way, he just got a pay upgrade with Arizona as of Thursday. So I think that's an indication that the Eagles aren't going to be able to afford him, that the Arizona Cardinals are. And either way, Derek Barnett, who's kind of been disappointing as a first-round pick, he's not enough to move the needle. I don't think a 2024 fourth-round pick is going to move the needle either. I would love the trade for Budda Baker because I'm a big Budda Baker fan, but I don't think it happens. But I love the hot take right there. Ride the Bench podcast. Hey, give them a listen. I might have to after the show now that you chimed into the program here. Hot take. Josh Sweat leads the team with 15 sacks. Look, Josh Sweat's coming off a career year. And what a find he's been for the Eagles. So coming out of high school, he was one of the most highly touted high school recruits. He goes to Florida State, but knee issues really did derail his high school and college career to a certain degree. But his growth and his development and the impact that he's had as a fourth-round pick in 2018 has been profound. 0 sacks his first year. Then it goes up to 4 in year 2, 6 in year 3, 7.5 in year 4. He was a Pro Bowler that year. Then he had 11 sacks last year for an Eagles team that had 70 sacks as a team. So Josh Sweat, he's gotten better and better and better each year. Ride the Bench podcast might be onto something because if that progression continues, he should have more than 11 sacks. And this defensive line is still going to be a very, very dominant unit, even without Javon Hargrave. And what a great deal for Howie Roseman to envision the player that Sweat was going to become because they gave him that contract extension at this point a couple of years ago. Now he's made good on that investment. Cool Rains watching from Australia. A.J. Brown leads all receivers in the NFL in yards and touchdowns. I know that the national narrative sometimes is not favoring to Philadelphia, but for A.J. Brown to get slept on as much as he's gotten slept on is a crime. He put up crazy numbers with Ryan Tannehill, I understand, outside of Philadelphia. He comes here last year, almost 1,500 receiving yards. He was dominant. And you look at his stature, he's the closest thing, and I've said this ever since the Eagles acquired him, he's the closest thing from a physical profile, physical menace to Terrell Owens that this organization has ever seen. He is a tremendous player who can catch 50-50 balls, contested catches. He can make guys miss. He can break tackles. He has the getaway speed. Sensational player. If you enjoyed today's hot takes, I want you to give me a real one down below. We appreciate you for watching, and make sure you subscribe. All right, good stuff. Yeah. Cool. We're good, actually. Yeah. Mailbag. Yeah. Oh, they're not pulling? Okay. So if we do it, then mailbag. Yeah. Cool. Appreciate it. Here's our Super Chat menu. We did have a $20 donation come in from Flipping the Bird 85. So that means that I have to do 20 push-ups here. Hot take, Howie will trade Derek Barnett, 2024 fourth-round pick for Budda Baker straight up before the preseason. We talked about this in our last segment here. I don't think it happens. I think it's not enough to get Budda Baker. Plus, he signed that new deal today, Flipping the Bird 85. And I'll get the details on that because I had it popped up here because I wanted to discuss it, keeping in mind that somebody was going to bring it up. So he got a raise. He received a raise prior to camp, $2.4 million in bonuses and incentives this year, including a $300,000 signing bonus. He also received a raise for next year. So he was going to report the training camp. He did report the training camp, even though he's a little bit disgruntled, getting some more money. He used that leverage to his advantage, Trizzy.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Budda Baker rocking the midnight green this year. That'd be pretty fun.
He's just a heat-seeking missile, man.
He is. But let's not say that he can't come to the Eagles in the future.
Yeah.
I think that's up for grabs. Howie Roseman. He's the fleece king.
Yep. Hey, Mirzo's a real one. Brock Brunson is a real one. Kane Angel, Rachel Richardson, David Marcella, Eric Camper, Ryan Rowe, Bird Gang, Cool Rains, and Mama Herbolicious, Jimbo Slice, Unbreakable, Real One, roll call. Clap it up, everybody. Thanks for watching the show today. Absolutely awesome to see everybody here. Lion Fighter is the real one. Everybody type real one in the chat right now. I have to do my 20 push-ups for Flipping the Bird 85.
I'm going to count them out. I'm going to count them out for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Clap it up for Chase. Get the flexes in the chat. Woo! It's training camp season. We got to get swole.
We got to get in shape. If the Eagles are in shape, nobody failed their conditioning tests. We have to get on that fit grind as well. Kane Angel, real one. Hype Up. Dennis Designs, real one. Tino, real one. Why Not La Fuente, real one. Burgang Tommy V, he always watches my Sixers and Eagles content. Appreciate you, Brody. And for Flipping the Bird 85, I'll give you a beer cheers here. Yeah, well, training camp related stuff. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Jimbo Slice, greatest Eagles content and news on here. My man, appreciate you. Who's down for an Eagles Now happy hour? If you're down for an Eagles Now happy hour, type me. If you're down for an Eagles Now happy hour, type me. And let's get the drinks flowing here on a thirsty Thursday.
See, I got a beverage as well. I'd love to get it going.
Yeah.
I'd love to drink it out of my shoe. I just got a new pair.
David, he's getting us started. What's up, Pocket Rockets? Absolutely hilarious. Do you have to build that? All right, David Marcella. Yeah, some of our super chats are not entering our system, so we're going to have to manually build them. But David Marcella, we'll pop it up on the screen here soon. What's up, Pocket Rockets? How do you feel about the safety position? Who will start? Blankenship and. So Reed Blankenship, he played really well day one of training camp. He had a pass breakup and impressed a lot of the beat writers who were there. And Reed Blankenship's Pro Football Focus numbers last year, albeit in a very limited sample size, they were actually really, really solid. And when he had to come in for C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he played good ball. He had an overall Pro Football Focus grade of 75.8. League average is 70, so he was well above league average. His run defense grade was 76.6, and his coverage grade was 71.6. He had 21 solo tackles, 10 assists, 8 stops, 2 missed tackles, 1 pick, a passer rating allowed of 73.8, yards per catch 11.2, Run defense snaps, 112. Coverage snaps, 178. So that right there is a decent sample size for a UDFA, and a UDFA who might be a starter for this football team. Marcella, there's that $10 super chat right there. And that is, what is the $10 super chat? Name on the football head. David Marcella getting the name on the football head. Let's go.
I see Dennis Design saying, switch out push-ups for shots. I'll do some shots,
yeah,
too.
switch it out.
Yeah,
switch it out. You can keep
you.
the strength emoji there.
Got you.
We'll take some shots. Sure.
Everybody.
I already did my 20.
Shot.
I started taking creatine, so I need to get the push-ups. So David Marcella, he's going on the football head. Let's go. And again, the offer still stands. If we get a $100 super chat, we'll do a shoey. Trace will do a shoey, and I will do a beer boot.
I mean, look how brand new and how clean these shoes are. I would love to have to go get another pair. David Marcella on the football head. Let's ride. Let's get it. So our super chat menu here, $5 beer cheers, $10 sign the football head, 20 for some shots. That's for Dennis Designs right there. 50 for a shotgun or beer bong, 100. Trizzy does a shoey. And then I will do the beer boot, which is 3 beers in one. Dennis Designs! He just wanted us to take some shots. Let's do it.
So, Triz, you want to go get that tequila? Yeah. We'll get that super chat popped up on the screen here momentarily. Flipping the bird. I'm doing 75 hard. Today is day 27 for me. Gains. Flipping the bird. Let's go, man. So, yeah, earlier this year I did a 300-day running streak, and I stopped because I had like some patella tendonitis. I didn't stop for long, only a few days, but I just needed a break because it was getting pretty bad. I was trying to do some PT on my own. I just needed to rest because it's tendonitis. Now, I'm approaching 70 days on my new running streak. So good for you, Flipping the Bird. I did pose on Twitter. It's like I've done all these physical challenges. What should I do next? Some people threw that out there, but I do like to have a drink from time to time. So 75 hard would be difficult, especially with football season coming up. But at some point, I wouldn't hate doing that. Jimbo Slice, what is your take on Kobe Dean? I like the kid. I think he will do great. What is your opinion? Yeah, I like him. I think he's a good player. The Eagles loved his leadership qualities and everything that he possessed in that regard. I think that he's always been an instinctual player with a lot of feel. He can predict plays before they happen. And I think that's important at that linebacking spot because of the point of view that you have. You're not in attack mode at linebacker right away like you are as a defensive lineman where you're trying to get after the quarterback. You know, you see their sets, the ball is snapped, and they kind of have to be patient. They have to see which hole opens up. They have to see where the running back goes. On a read option, they want to see where the quarterback is going to go. They have to read where the receivers are going to run their routes to and where the ball might go. So all of those things happen, and for a linebacker who's also getting the play calls from Sean Desai, he has to absorb all of this information. The dude was an engineering major at Georgia and was a very instinctual player with the Georgia Bulldogs. So I think that translates. He is a little bit slighter. He is a little bit smaller, but I think he makes up for that with how heady of a player and a person he is. I also saw him at Nolan Smith's draft party once Smith got drafted. He looks a little bit more swole. And if Howie Roseman really likes him, he's kind of been in his bag with this player development. I like him too. And I liked him at Georgia. I was so elated when he fell to the Eagles in the 3rd round a couple of years ago. How about this? Flipping the Bird 85. We're going to go crazy for Flipping the Bird 85 once Trace comes in here because he's out getting some of the liquor for Dennis Designs right now. But Flipping the Bird with the big super chat. $50 super chat. That's going to be a shotgun coming up. Once Trace comes, he's going to get really excited about this. I'm just waiting for him to walk in the studio here. We're in one of the back studios. He had to go all the way to the kitchen at the front of the office here. So once he sees it, we're going to play a surprise on Trace. We're going to wait to see how long he sees it because that pink color gets everybody going. And I want to see when he finds out. I think I hear him. Is he coming? Anyway, get those questions in the meantime. Philly John Wick, what up, brother? Good to hear from you. I'm psyched. The Kelly Green jerseys come out on my birthday. What's up, my guys? Yeah, the Kelly Green jerseys come out July 31st. The Eagles have been putting out teases all throughout this week. They are officially dropping July 31st. And the Kelly Green jerseys in 2010, they were pretty solid. Yeah, sometimes it gets nasty, right? Yeah. Hey, what color do you see on the screen? No. What's the color that we like? Yeah. What did Flippin' the Bird do? Pink. 50.
Oh, shit! I wasn't even
Told y'all. Flippin' the Bird. Bang.
A-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! We love pink! We love pink! We love pink! We love pink!
Flippin' the Bird.
Flippin' the bird! Flippin' the bird! Flippin' the bird!
Philly John Wick, I have green balls from all this waiting. See, that's really what it comes down to. Oftentimes it's blue balls, but F the Giants, right? We have green balls waiting for these Philadelphia Eagles Kelly Green jerseys. July 31st is when they drop. I have a Deshaun Jackson jersey from 2010. It's dope. It has the 75th anniversary patch on it. Unfortunately, I can't wear it on the show because I blend in with the green screen. Otherwise, I'd be rocking that once they do get released. Brock Brunson, I love pink too. That's why I have 4 kids. That is fantastic, man. Dennis Designs, it's a Philly thing. Yes, sir. So we'll build that super chat. Marcelo with another one. I think we put Flippin' the Bird on here last week, right? Yeah, Flippin' the Bird's on here. Let's go. We might have to do the Fly Eagles Fly song at some point here. We'll go Fly Eagles Fly theme song if we get another $20 super chat. That gets us to 130 if we get there. So Fly Eagles Fly song if we get to 130. And then if we get to 150, we're going No One Likes Us, We Don't Care. And then if we get to 200, I'll do the beer boot for 200. Beer boot for 200 if we get there. We're at 110 right now. Flipping the Bird! Hot take, Eagles defense will lead the league in interceptions with 14 and sacks with 88. So the record for the most sacks in a season, Chicago Bears, we actually talked about it earlier today on the show. I just want to get the numbers right. They had 72 sacks. Flipping the Bird. That is a hot take. That would be 16 more sacks than the previous NFL record. Interceptions, let's see what the most interceptions all time.
That's red hot!
Red hot. That's white hot.
Golden hot! Pink hot, if you will.
Or as Philly John Wick would say, green ball's hot. Most interceptions in a single season.
Mirza wants us to do I Want to Rock. If we get a $20 super chat, I'll do the I Want to Rock dance.
Let's see. Single season. San Diego Chargers, get this. They had 49 picks in 1961. That's an insane number. 49 picks.
Bro, what?
In 1961.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Holy cow.
So that was in 1961.
Flipping the bird!
1943 was the next best with 42. That was the Packers. That's when teams literally probably couldn't throw the football. Hey, flipping the bird! There we go. Another $20 super chat. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fight, Eagles, fight. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Dennis Designs with the 20. No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. We're from Philly, fucking Philly. No one likes us, we don't care. No one likes us, no one likes us, no one likes us, we don't care. We're the Eagles, the fucking Eagles. No one likes us, we don't care. All right, appreciate everybody for those donations. A 20 from Flipping the Bird. We had a 20 from Dennis Designs. We're up to 150. Now we're 50 away from me doing the beer boot. 3 beers, 1 boot. We take it all down. If we get to 200, we'll do that. We're at 150 right now. So for Flipping the Bird, I actually have to do, you throw up the super chat menu because he sent that one in a little bit earlier. We also have a new shotgun tool here. Yeah, there you go. We have a new shotgun tool here. It's called the Kraken.
Kraken, Kraken, Kraken. But not Seattle.
Currently Rebranding is in the house. What's up, Currently Rebranding?
We're at $150. We are halfway to beating last week where we got 300. Make it happen.
Let's go.
Rip it, tip it, sip it, scene. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Chug, 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 chug. Wow. Control-Alt deleted that beer.
There we go. Woo! Oh, whoop.
Little foamage. So, what are your thoughts on Nolan? I love that kid from Bryant. Nolan Smith is a stud. You want to go through the Nolan Smith graphs real quick?
Yeah, we can go through Nolan Smith here. Nolan Smith, I really like him. Really good speed coming off that edge. His speed and his bend has been a really impressive trait that I saw at Georgia, but also what he's shown so far in training camp as well. So, in his first practice as a pro, because, you know, OTA's rookie minicamp, I don't know if you deem it as a practice. One of the first reps, he put Brady Russell on the ground, would have had a sack in a real game situation. Yes, he's going up against Brady Russell, but still, good moment for Nolan. Moments later, another pressure, forced a red zone pick. Then he had a third pressure, causing Marcus Mariota to fumble. So in a limited sample size, Nolan Smith contributed to a couple of giveaways for the offense as the defense yesterday won the day. So Nolan Smith, really like the player a lot. Certainly do. Merzo Gaming, singing the, I just want to rah, rah, ah, ah, ah. Buddy, yada, yeah. Brian, thank you for that question. Currently Rebranding, said LOL from work.
Real quick.
Yeah.
We have some super chat MVPs. Can we get a comment MVP?
Yeah.
Let's get a comment MVP.
A commenter MVP. Who's going to comment the most?
If you love the Eagles, rapid fire type E in the chat. I'm going to get it started. Beat me. Beat me in the chat. Ready, set, go.
Who's going to comment the most? Who's going to be our commenter MVP? We have Flipping the Bird and Dennis Designs as our super chat MVPs. iWavy, off to a good start here.
Come on.
Mirzo.
Get loud.
iWavy's in the lead. Bird Gang is in there. We have Nick Stone, Braza Smacks, Jimbo Slice, Millie. Abigail is back. Abigail sent in a first-time super chat last week.
Heck yeah.
Brock Brunson. Flipping the bird! Bang! Flipping the bird! Flipping the bird! Flipping the bird! Flipping the bird! What a legend right there. That calls for a beer boot. Beer boot coming up for $200 in super chats. It's going to be a lot of liquid, but we're going to take it down. Flipping the bird. Look, this is just a preview as to how litty our shows can get once the regular season comes around, and the preseason for that matter. But keep in mind here, ladies and gentlemen, that our coverage is still top-notch. I mean, our show today, I felt as though I was in my bag with some of the Eagles analysis. So we're going to continue to give you that. Flipping the bird, we'll get that 50 on the screen.
Call me Henny with a good question. How much for a bong rip? I'll rip the bong for $50. I'll do a bong.
You want to do a beer bong?
I'll rip the beer bong for $50.
Another 50. Trace will do a beer bong. So there you go. So obviously, I'm making up for the beer bong with the beer boots. I can't drink during 75 hard, so because of that, I'm just going to watch you MFers get blitzed for me. Go Birds!
Cheers.
Cheers. So you want to get that beer boot ready?
Mm-hmm.
Continue to get some
Do you want
comments
Happy
in.
Dads or beers?
What?
You want Happy Dad or beers?
Let's go Happy Dad.
Happy Dad? Gotcha.
Happy Dad.
Gotcha.
Happy Dad's a little bit easier because
I'll
I did the beer shotgun.
Yeah.
Dennis Designs, you the best guys. No, you're all the best for making our job absolutely unbelievable. Cool Reigns, I heard Nolan has better speed on Madden than Micah Parsons. I'm not sure. I'm not really a big Madden guy, but it could be. Could be. We have Eric Camper tuned in from Japan. Jimbo Slice going E. Kane Angel E. Good stuff right there. Type those E's for the Eagles. Josh Fever, he's a big Madden guy. He said 92 speed for Nolan Smith. Fly Eagles Fly, 704. Go Birds. Jimbo Slice, Philly, LFG. Abigail's tuned in from Mexico, right? Burgang Tommy, always in the building. Trace is going to get that beer boot ready. Continue to type those E's. Abigail, I'm right? Tuned in from Mexico. So we have Japan and we have Mexico in the house. Rocking with us today. Where's everybody watching from? Let us know. We'll give you some shouts. Where's everybody watching from? Mirzo, South Philly. Dawson, Eagles fan, but born and raised in Fort Worth, Texas, from Dawson Stinnett. We're actually in Dallas right now. Trace just lived in Fort Worth and moved to Dallas. I convinced him. Not really, but kind of. Jimbo Slice, Northeast Pennsylvania. I used to work at WNEP. I lived in Scranton, Jimbo. Brock, other side of the moon. Nice. Watching from Martinsburg, West Virginia, from today's Super Chat MVP, flipping the bird 85. Cool Reigns, the cold Melbourne. You mean Melbourne? Melbourne?
Aussie.
North side of England. So we have Mexico, Japan, England, and Australia. This is what's incredible.
Eagles worldwide.
Exactly. Nate Phillips Williams. I live in Yeadon. I work in Lancaster. Where is Yeadon? I spent a lot of time in Lancaster. My grandma still lives there. My dad and mom both grew up there. Low key, if I ever get rich, I kind of want to get like farmland in Lancaster, maybe.
Prestige
worldwide. Syracuse, New York from Millie. North Carolina, Fly Eagles Fly. Abigail's our commenter MVP.
She's got to be.
Yeah.
She's got to be.
Yeah. So Dennis Designs flipping the bird, our Super Chat MVPs. You want to give an L3 to flipping the bird 85? And then we can go commenter MVP. Goes to Abigail.
I'll get that.
All right, so we have 3 happy dads in here. 3 happy dads in one. For those not familiar, happy dad right here. So I'm going to take this whole thing down here, and we're going to continue to hang out with everybody. Eagles should be the USA football team, not the Cowboys, from Mirza. Philadelphia, America's birthplace. Shout out Liberty Bell. Yes, I agree. Right outside of Upper Darby. Okay, got you, Nate. Thanks. You go from Upper Darby to Lancaster. That's a little bit of a trip, yeah?
Type chug in the chat. Chug.
We're about halfway down. Nah, Josh, it's Happy Dad, man. Happy Dad. The real ones now. There's carbonation, which makes it hard to all take down at one time. Harrisburg, you said you're trolling. I got you, fam. Dennis Designs, Jug, hashtag us. Welcome back, hashtag us. Harrisburg. Oh, man.
Would y'all believe me if I said that we have a guy at Chat Sports who can put down a beer boot in less than 10 seconds?
It's crazy. See, nobody does a shotgun faster than me.
No.
But we have a guy who drinks 3 of these in less than 10 seconds.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Heck, if we get to 500, maybe we can go grab them. Who knows? All right, we're going to get you guys some custom graphics for our MVPs of the show. Flipping the Bird 85, you are an MVP. And Dennis Designs, you are our Super Chat MVPs. And then on top of that, we got our comment MVP, Abigail Liquidano. Shout out, Abigail.
Shout out, Abigail. Shout out, Flipping the Bird. Dennis Designs deserves a shout out as well for being a real one, too. Get the Philly beers, Yingling. That's my favorite beer, Dennis.
Let's sling some Yings.
I have some of them at the crib. You already know. Do you see Howie trading for Buda Baker? No. So Nate, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. Buda Baker today received a raise prior to camp. He gets $2.4 million in bonuses and incentives this year, including a $300,000 signing bonus. He also received a raise for next year. So Ian Rappaport said, quote, AZ's leader is back, and I don't think he's going anywhere. So, Bird Gang Tommy drinking some Stella. I like Stella. All right, let's go Budapest from Kimberly Henry. I believe the guy who lives next to me, shout out to the guy who lives next to me, Shady. He's a good DJ. Sometimes I hear him through my walls. He's from Budapest too, I believe. What are your thoughts on Quez Watkins this season, Jimbo? Make or break year. He plays well. He gets money probably from another team. He doesn't. He's going to be a fringe roster type for his NFL career. That's really what it comes down to. John Howell, Southwest Philly, living in Killeen, Texas.
Ooh.
You know where that is?
I do know where that is.
Where is that?
Killeen. If I know correctly, I think it's kind of near Central Texas.
Okay.
I want to say.
See, Trace is from North Texas.
Yes.
Shout out Melissa. I'm from Westchester, right outside of Philadelphia, so I'm not really familiar with the geography.
Yeah, it's
of
near
the
San
state.
Antonio.
All right, near San Antonio. So southern Texas.
Southern Texas,
Yeah.
yes.
David! A $20 super chat. That'll be a shot for Trace because I'm going to finish this beer boot here.
I'll take this shot down right now. That way I can get that super chat popped up. Give me 2 seconds, Dennis. I'll be right back.
That was awful.
Or David, my
There's
bad.
a reason I don't do those often. But training camp is here, and we're having a grand time.
Win at the NovaCare complex.
Yeah. Woo! Is David on the football head? I think I put him on there earlier, right? Yep, David's on there. Abigail got on last week as a first-time super chatter. If anybody sends in a first-time super chat, you get on the football mask. How about that? Any first-time super chatters, you've never super chatted before, we'll get you on the football mask here. Get you on the football mask. It's got bandages with everybody's name now. It's good stuff, man. Love to see it. You love to see it. Bird Gang Tommy V. Trizzy Chase, thank you for all the great work. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. You know, I'm not even fronting here. Tommy V, thank you for watching everything that we do, bro. I mean, I see you in the comment section on 76ers Now. I see you in the comment section on Eagles Now. You go a long way in supporting everything that we do, brother. So,
He's a real Philly Bull.
you're a real Philly Bull and a real one, as we like to call it.
Ooh, I like Millie's hot take.
Millie? Nolan will win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Hot take. I like that. See, I like how you use the hashtag hot take. Maybe that's a segment we can continue to do, and then we just have people use hashtag hot take. All right, let's start that super chat shot clock there, Triz. David Marcella with the 20. Trace has to do his shot. If you want us to continue the show, send in a super chat. If not, all good. We'll sign off. We'll call it a day. And everybody will enjoy their Thursdays.
Thirsty Thursday.
So 2 minutes on the clock and counting, of course. If you want us to continue, send in a super chat. If not, we sign off. We call it a day on what has been another great show today.
Merzo, Eagles hot take. Jalen Hurts is MVP.
I like that.
I think it happens. If he stays healthy, he
was
wins the MVP
runner-up last year. Look, here's how he can win it. He threw for 22 touchdowns last year, ran for 13, 35 combined. If he combines for between 40 and 50 touchdowns, and the Eagles are a top 2 seed in the NFC, that's how you win it. Because it's the overall impact that you can have on the game. And there are few players across the NFL who can have an impact like that. Nick Stone, who will have the most interceptions for the Eagles this year. Let's go Bradbury because he'll be targeted more than Darius Slay because he's the number 2 corner. Sometimes that's how it works out. 30 racks, I got Hurts winning MVP. Jimbo, appreciate you guys. We appreciate you. 30 seconds left for our happy hour shot clock. If you want us to keep going, send in a super chat. If not, we out. E-Money Bentley, go Birds! Mirzo, yes! It's like Marv Albert back in the day. Maxi, 4-3, yes!
Yes, yes, yes.
Did you take your shot, by the way?
Yes, I did.
You took your shot?
Yes.
All right, you see the clock. We'll give you about a 20-second delay. If not, we salute you. And we out. Flipping the bird, appreciate you guys. Much love, brother. Dennis Designs, chicken piccata on the way here. Enjoy it. Sounds delicious. Eric Camper, hot take Smitty, 1,400 yards with 9 touchdowns. That's good stuff right there. That's basically the yardage that A.J. Brown had. Dennis! 20!
Right in the nick of time.
Right in the nick of time. Dennis keeping us live. Bird Gang Tommy said, have a great night, guys. Hey, we're still going.
So I guess I owe another shot.
Another shot. Jalen Ramsey, by the way, tweeted out, I'll be back on the field stronger than ever in due time. This is so minor for God's child. I trust fully and know he's got me. I'm forever grateful to worship his name. I know my brother's going to hold it down until I'm back. Appreciate the love. Time to get right. We're not sure what the injury is for him, and we are not sure what the injury is for Joe Burrow, who suffered a non-contact injury in Bengals practice today. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL, honestly, and really unfortunate to see that.
Cool Reigns hot take.
No
Cowboys
update.
have less wins than last year.
Ooh, I like that.
Dude.
They were a good squad last year, made it to the playoffs, but of course they didn't do jack when the playoffs came around.
Hashtag us Real John instead of Real One.
Real John Rocco! That might have to stick.
It's got to be it.
That has to be it.
It's got to be it. Real
Hashtag
John.
us. Did you come up with that?
Real John.
I saw it just a moment ago. That might have to stick. Yeah, hashtag us. Real John Rocco! I love it, man. I love it. I love it. All right, start that shot clock once again. We're 10 away from 250. We got 300 last week.
Let's beat it. Let's beat it. Come on. We need just 301.
Boss man Brett just said new shirt. I think that's a new
it
shirt.
Has to be. It has to be.
Real John.
Real John. Oh, that's so good.
Let's go.
That's so good.
Need it. Need it. That is fantastic. Real John. That's got to be it, man. Hashtag us. Millie315 saying you're a real John. Yeah, Cool Reigns. Cowboys less wins than last year. I like that. Mirzo, beat it like MJ. Just beat it. Just beat it. Just beat it. Just beat it. Dennis Designs. Oh, see, this is dangerous. Dennis Designs said half price time.
Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal. In the words of Mitchell Renz.
2 minutes to get to 300, and then it's half price for us at happy hour? Or do we just want to go half price?
Let's go. Can you reset it to 2 minutes?
Okay.
Reset it to 2 minutes. We'll go half price for 2 minutes here on the Super Chat shot clock. Which means, Trizzy, you doing a shoey for 50?
I am, I guess.
Trizzy does a shoey for 50. We'll do a shotgun or beer bong for 25. Shots for 10. Sign the football head for 5. Anything less than that is a beer cheers. 50% off Super Chat menu for 2 minutes. We're 10 seconds in.
Oh, I hope I really
Trizzy
hope.
is nervous.
I really hope I don't have to
Trizzy
do a
is
shoey.
nervous.
I just got these shoes.
He is quaking in his boots. Wait, did you re-up with the same pair? Same style?
Same
Okay.
pair, just new pair.
I dig. New purr.
I love them. They're good shoes.
Kane Angel, Trizzy should be the musician. You know what I was thinking of? See, this is a blessing and a curse. I like to think that I have a creative mind. I woke up at 6:15 a.m. this morning where my alarm is supposed to set and go off.
Son of a...
Oh! That's a shoey!
Damn.
That's a shoey! I woke up at 6:15 a.m.
Let me get these Super Chats built.
I played the saxophone when I was a kid. And I was thinking, I got to bring out the saxophone to play the Fly Eagles Fly song on the saxophone right here on Eagles Now. Now I'm going to have to relearn the keys. You have a saxophone? You played it too? So I have mine. It's in a closet at the crib. I'm going to relearn how to play Fly Eagles Fly on the saxophone. And I'm going to play it right here on the show. Oh, man. The Real John shirts are being made. Nice. That's good stuff. I like that. There is a Kelly Green version, right? Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. Pop that. Who would get a Real John shirt? Shout out Boss Man Brett. You toss it up. So, shout out hashtag us. Shout out hashtag us. He was saying Real John roll call in the chat. And shout out to Boss Man Brett, our COO at the company. He just gave us a photo link for what the shirts would look like. Real John shirts. We're about that life. And we're going to have them in Kelly Green. Flipping the Bird said, oh, I would totally get that shirt. Dennis Design said, bring it out. Yes, I just need the reed for the saxophone. It's the wood tip that goes on there. Wow, we're about to unveil our Real John shirts. Who would buy these? Type me. Real John roll call. Who's copping one of these Kelly Green shirts?
Somebody call the fire department. We got some fire on screen.
You'd be able to get them in black as well. I know for sure those two colors.
I feel like we got to send hashtag us one.
Lion
like we'd
Fighter,
have
I'll
to.
take two.
I feel like we'd have to send hashtag us a shirt, right?
Yeah, hashtag us, man. That idea is for you, brother.
That's so good.
Lion Fighter, he'll take two. Kane Angel, getting one. Flipping the Bird, I want one. Hashtag is saying me. If we do create them, we'll plug them here on the show. You'll be able to get them for sure. But if you're going to say you're going to get them, actually get them.
Should we get
Because that also goes a long way in supporting the show. What'd you say?
should we get these in every color just so we can just run the table?
Oh man, I need this shirt. Real
That's
John.
clean. That's so clean.
That is just next level right there.
That is incredible.
Real John with the Chat Sports logo underneath it. All right, so we got the 300.
So I guess I owe a shoey.
You owe a shoey.
Fuck it.
So, have you ever washed your shoes? Put them in the washer. You have done that before. You can do that. We should just get old shoes and have them in the office for our shoeys. They are pretty elite. The Phillies won the other day. And a guy was celebrating the walk-off for the Phils against the Orioles by doing a shoey. One for me, one for my brother from Lion Fighter. All right, bet. David Marcel, I'll take the shoe after you drink from it. So Trace is going to do that. What do I owe? What should I owe? I don't know. What should I owe? Let me know in the chat. What should I owe? Dennis Design said, yuck. Yeah, he just bought them, though, so it's okay. I'll go Freedom Funnel. Freedom Funnel for getting to 300. Dennis said shot. I got you on the Freedom Funnel. And it's fittingly an eagle. A lot of liquids taken down on today's show. Pause. Woo! What's your favorite Happy Dad flavor? Millie, good question. Not a sponsor. So, did you know that they have Happy Moms now? The Happy Moms, I think, are better. There's a Happy Mom raspberry that I really like. And then they also partnered with Death Row Records. Shout out Tupac. And the grape Death Row Records Happy Dad is really good. I just had the lemon lime. It's okay. I'd rather shotgun and beer boot these because they're less carbs and less heavy as compared to a beer. But sometimes I like to shotgun them because they're a little bit easier to take down. I actually like the flavor of the Happy Mom and the Death Row Records version. Dude, it goes stupid. So does the Happy Mom raspberry, though. Yeah. All right. Smart. So Trace doesn't want to ruin his shoe.
I have to walk home.
He has to walk home.
So I'm going to bring another pair for next live.
Yeah. We'll do that. So he's actually still going to put the beer in the shoe. It's just a brand new shoe. He has to walk like a mile home. So it's all good. Consolation prize. Strained calf for Burrow is the word. He was wearing a calf sleeve as he got hurt. This is still pretty weird. Kind of smart, though, honestly. Very innovative. Brazos Max, that's DE. Did the bag leak? No. Wow, Brazos Max.
I'll do another one.
Bag did not leak.
I'll do another one.
He'll do another one for 50. Yeah. Brazos Max. Solid. I'm just happy I'm getting the pronunciation right. Brazos. Brazzy Smacks, right? Brazzy Smacks. It's hard, man. It's hard.
I'll do
All
another
right.
shoey.
And we're going to stick half price. We do owe Dennis Designs a shot.
We do.
So I'll do the shot. I'll do the shot this time.
Cool. See you, Cool Rains. Have a
See you,
good night,
Cool
buddy.
Rains. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi. What's your favorite? Oh, yeah, you were answering that one. I came in. Yeah, the happy dads are good, but man, those happy moms go nuts.
Yeah.
In the death row, it's like a grape flavored one. I'll tell you what, I went out to the bars one night, was feeling real good about myself. Started drinking some of those death rows, no hangover. It's the electrolytes in there, man. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Good stuff.
Hashtag is, pronounce his name right too. Good.
Awesome.
I'm going to pop up
Screen
these
name.
shits.
That reminds me of AIM. Anybody remember AIM back in the day?
These are
AOL Instant Messenger?
These are so cool. I can't wait.
Oh,
these.
man. Fantastic.
That's unbelievable. So we have to change all the graphics to Real John from here on out.
Real John roll call. AIM was lit. Josh knows. Josh knows. You know what? We're actually 8 cents away from 300.
$1 will make us beat last week.
$1 will make us beat last week, I believe.
Come on.
8 cents away from 3. It's $2.99.92. I don't even know how that happens. I'm about to super chat myself.
I'm going to send 9 cents in.
Hashtag us. Millie315. Salute, brother. Thanks for tuning in today.
Thanks for being a Real John.
What was awesome is that our audience was kind of popping there for a bit
Was
on Eagles Now,
indeed.
which is always great. And our video from earlier, it was popping. You love to see it. All right. I think we're about to sign off. What a show today. Awesome stuff. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. It was a party. It was a party. It was a party. It was a party. Different lyrics, but you get the idea. Real John roll call. If you're still hanging out with us, you're a Real John. Thanks to David Marcella. Thanks to Flippin' the Bird 85. Thanks to Dennis Designs. Thanks to everybody else who watched, liked the video, commented, subscribed, and sent in super chats as well. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. But we're so blessed to be able to do what we do, and you're the main part of it. Thanks for watching the show. We'll catch you next time here on Eagles Now. We talked about Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Jordan Davis a little bit earlier, so make sure you check that video out if you haven't already done so. We appreciate you for watching the show. Dennis Designs, he keeps keeping us live. No one likes us.
We're not fucking leaving.
No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. We're from Philly, fucking Philly. No one likes us. We don't care. No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us, we don't care. We're the Eagles, the fucking Eagles. No one likes us, we don't care. Dennis Designs, we'll pop that up here in a sec. No one likes us. We appreciate you, bro. Got us past 300 officially. We beat last week's record. That's a sign of things to come here on Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Callie Green, no one likes us. We don't care. We're the Eagles, the effing Eagles. No one likes us. We don't care. Josh Fever, no one likes us. That's always a dub. The Eagles this year fixing to get some dubs. Once again, thanks to everybody who watched today. Dennis Designs, that is over 300. Thanks in large part to you. Keep an eye out for content all throughout the weekend. Eagles back on the practice field tomorrow. We'll recap it, of course. And we'll catch you next time here on the show. For Trace, I'm Chase, the Pocket Aces, out.